We're here. Friday Sports. Bringing you some Uptown Mo. Some Kerwin Frost here. Got got Uptown Mo in the house tonight. Special guest. Yes, special guest. Right now, look at we got basketball on right now. You can't tell the picture right here. That's a Slam Jam machine. A lot of us used to, play that Slam Jam machine, the arcade, or if you were lucky enough, you were able to buy yourself a nice little one here. And then we obviously got the bowl game. Are you really truly about college football? Is anybody really interested in college football right now? Is it just everybody really wants the meat and potatoes, which is the NFL, which we got coming up to you tomorrow? So break down a preview of the games that are coming at you tomorrow. Obviously, we got a sports edition tomorrow, but it'll be a little bit later. Got to handle some business, early in the morning. But yeah. Does anybody really care about college football bowl games? I mean, some of the kids don't care about it. I mean, it's just like college basketball. Some of the fan base and some of these kids, they're not home right now. They're not in their college campus dorms. Most of the kids they're on their winter break, whether you're K through 12 or you're in college, you're in some sort of trade school. You know, military, well, that's the only exception. You don't get no, you ain't getting no winter break, all right? I mean, you can take some time off, but it's like not everybody's getting the time off. But so, like I said, does anybody really truly care about the college football games? We got NBA up here right now. Raptors taking care of business right now in Philadelphia, 25-12. It's not making our Joel Embiid point combo package with Steph Curry not looking too good here. The Philadelphia's down 13. I mean, they're down 15, 27 to 18 here, or 27 to 12 here. So it's a 15-point lead here. So the Raptors, jumped out early on the 76ers. I expect 76ers to make a comeback here. In basketball, if nobody knows about basketball, basketball is a game of runs. I mean, especially college basketball, NBA basketball, certain teams go through a run. Like a team at home might struggle to begin, and then a team that on the road might come out hot. And then it just maybe it starts to equal itself out eventually. So that's not the only game we got in the NBA tonight. We got the Nuggets and the Nets here from Brooklyn here. Love the Nuggets. Love the Nuggets. Picked them last season. We got the Mavericks. Mavericks and the Rockets is a very interesting game. No Luka Doncic tonight, nor is there any Derek Lively the second here. So could be an interesting spot here for the Houston Rockets to win at home maybe. We got the Hawks and the Heat. I think that's going to be an interesting game. The Heat are 16-12. Hawks are 12-15 here. Started to kind of put it together a little bit here. I'm not saying they got it all the way figured out here. But the Heat are playing well since Tyler Hero has come back. So, all right, really good game tonight, late night action, late night basketball here. If you're up for it at the East Coast hour at 10 o'clock here, 7 o'clock out in the West where we're at here. We got the Phoenix Suns going into Sacramento to play the 6-10 Kings here. Gonna be a very great game to say the least here tonight on the NBA docket here. Love it, love it, love it. Phoenix, I mean, we know that, Bradley Beal's a fragile person, but like I said, maybe they pull the trigger. Maybe they try to go for Zach LaVine. Maybe our experiment with the Bradley Beal didn't work out so well, so maybe we'll try to go get Zach LaVine, who hasn't been doing very well for the Bulls right now, and the Bulls are playing really well without Zach LaVine, shockingly, since he made his loving willingness to be traded to the Lakers. But I don't know. I'd like to see him play for the Suns. I think it'd be a good good fit with Booker and Kevin Durant. So gonna be a good thing there. And then we got the Wizards going and playing the Warriors. Now, what's big about this is Jordan Poole got traded to the Wizards and is coming home for the first time to play against his old team here. There is no Draymond, so there will be no choking, there will be no headbutting, there will be no hitting below the belts tonight. Thank God. Could you imagine if Draymond was playing this game? Oh man, I mean, for me, it's like I don't totally hate Draymond's game. I just feel like Draymond was kind of born in the wrong era. If Draymond played in the 80s, the late 80s, early 90s, I mean, he would be at home. I mean, nobody would care. But, now we play in McSofty NBA where, you can't rough guys up. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, it's one thing you're going and fighting guys, okay? It's another thing you just, okay, the heat of the moment, heat of the battle. We've all played basketball before. We've all been in some sort of heated thing where we felt like we're pushed or maybe you're at the wrong or not in the wrong. But you're in the heat of the moment, so, hey, you just try to do what you got to do. Right, Uptown Mo? All right. He's agreeing. So, what kind of game are we going to see from Jordan Poole tonight against his former team? I don't know. I feel like, this is another spot here where the Splash Bros can relive the glory days of showing people that they could put up points, which Steph and Clay did. They did put up good points up against, a formidable opponent here in the Boston Celtics. So, I feel like, if Steph and Clay can go off again here, but maybe some of the Wizard guys, maybe Tyus Jones, and maybe Denny Anadujin, maybe Belial Kalaboli, Kyle Kuzma goes brazy, and helps out Jordan Poole and makes this pretty much of a good game here instead of most people think it's going to be a blowout here. Looking at the record here that the Wizards have 5-22, they're not the worst team here. That is the Detroit basketball Pistons. They are the worst team by far, hands down. Even though there's some other teams that are very good basketball teams, but their record is a lot better. But we'll keep to the. All right, so we got that here. All right, Let's go. All right, college football. Let's look at college football. I know nobody really cares too much about it here, but look at we're in the second quarter and UCF is up 14-3 already here. Let me. We got Plumlee here. Plumlee over here has 2 passing touchdowns already in this game here, so UCF jumped up 14-0 here on Georgia Tech here. Then you got Javon Baker here. He was somebody definitely and yeah, this King guy, see his yards, and this guy's got 75 yards. He had to have 100. And this Baker guy already has a touchdown, 5 receptions here. So, and this Hudson guy's got 2, so that would have been something to cash on too. So up 14-3 here, UCF here. I mean, I knew UCF was gonna win this game here. Georgia Tech, I mean, they're a fighting team. They're fighters. But they're playing basically in Raymond J. Stadium here where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play. And, no disrespect, but, Heinz King, he's not a very good passing quarterback. This Plumlee guy, he's a good running quarterback and he's a good passing quarterback. So, That's why I would just faded it. Obviously, tomorrow we have Arkansas State, Northern Illinois. Troy versus Duke. I like that matchup here. Georgia State and Utah State will be an interesting matchup in the bowl game. James Madison Air Force. I'm gonna love that game tomorrow here. Southern Alabama, Eastern Michigan. Utah Northwestern will be a very interesting. And Coastal Carolina and San Jose State will be a late game here, so I don't know if anybody's interested as far as that goes here, but yeah, we have a 14-3, and yeah, so I mean, I'm telling you right now, and Central Florida's marching down the field. They're already at Georgia Tech's 23-yard line here, so it looks like they're on their way to score some more points here. More reason why we stayed away from picking this from our player props here. Let's go to college basketball. A little more exciting, okay? A little more exciting for us to talk about here. All right, let's get these scores up here. All right, so we got South Carolina taking on Elion here. Let's go there. There we go. Elion is down by 16 right now. Currently down by 16 with 5:34 to go. So it looks like South Carolina going to go to 11-1 here. We got Clemson taking on Queens College here. Queens College is definitely no match for Clemson this season here. They're down 33 points here. And we got SMU. SMU's taking care of business on the road at Murray State here. Basically boat racing them here. 22-5 out the gates, out the second half here. I mean, but that's how good the SMU Mustangs are this season, you know. They're a good basketball team, and they're taking care of business in Murray, Kentucky tonight. This game, I was very interested in this game. Binghamton versus St. Bonnie. Binghamton's down by 3 here. Obviously, both teams have won 7 games. Binghamton's lost 1 more game than St. Bonaventure. They're playing in St. Bonaventure, New York tonight here. Binghamton is also in New York. The Bearcats versus the Bonnies. St. Bonnies have always been a good team I liked going into the season last year. Binghamton's another underrated team that I like this season. Last season they were kind of but you know, now they're down 6 now here, so we'll see as Mike Adams Woods, the man with 2 last names, hits a 3-point shot here. And then we got Florida Gulf Coast. I mean, keeping it close against this Lions team. I don't know exactly. They must be some Division 2-3 team here. And then we got Canis and High Point. See, I like this High Point team here. And I was kind of afraid to take it tonight here with High Point because, you know, sometimes, you know, they play some competition and they might not, and like right now they're kind of in a back and forth game here. So, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it doesn't make you really happy because I think they were minus a certain amount of points there. We got Georgetown getting handled by Marquette, as Marquette should be handling Georgetown. 36-19 here in the first quarter here. We got Baylor up big time, as they should be going up against Mississippi Valley State, who hasn't won a game here. After Baylor, you know, lost to the you know, to once mighty Michigan State. I mean, not so much this season, but so Baylor taking care of business at home. No worries about that. Southern Illinois taking care of business against Southern Indiana tonight, 33-9. Then we got Regents, the Regents going up against Lindenwood here. In St. Charles here, St. Charles, Missouri here, Lindenwood here. The Lindenwood Lions here. All right, Stetson against Cincinnati, the Bearcats here. I mean, Bearcats are 9-2. Stetson 75. Stetson hanging in there right now. They're down 4 here. going close to the end of the first quarter here. All right, Maryland East Shore is getting handled right now here in the first half here, 32-18. Like I said, Maryland Eastern Shore is not a very good basketball program this season. On the men's side, I'm not going to say about the women's side here. But VCU's definitely trying to. All right, we had early reaction. Let's look at some early reaction. We had Drexler going down to Bryant down there in Rhode Island. We got Winthrop hanging in there with Florida State here. Interesting. I mean, Winthrop's been they're an interesting team as well. I want to say they're out of North Carolina, but they're a very interesting team as far as a college team that you may or may not know about, but definitely get to know them. Go do some research on them. They are a good basketball overall program, and I feel like, I don't know if they win tonight, but I definitely like them to cover here before the game started here. All right, then we have UMass Lowell beating Boston University in Boston, Mass today here. There's a battle of Mass today here. And the Lowell Hawks won today here. They came in there and they pecked the eyes out of them Terriers. 71-63 here. Then we have the bootleg Nittany Lions going down to the 3-10 VMI, Virginia Military Institute, in Cameron Hall in Lexington, Virginia, not Lexington, Kentucky. Interesting, right? Then we got South Carolina State. They took care of business against the Barons here, 4-10 here. Then we had, Loyola, Maryland here, not a very good team. Played an even worse team today. Then we had Princeton. They played a really bad team, but Princeton is a really good Ivy League squad this year here. 11-1, their record speaks for it. Definitely a team you're gonna have to watch out for when it comes to the tournament time. And we got Charlotte beat Pride. I don't know what I'm not gonna be mean. There's no punchline or joke. That's just what this college is called. And they took a big fat L, losing by 47 points today. So St. Peter's, the Peacocks in Jersey City, barely beat the Cougars of a whatever school they're from. So that just shows you how far St. Peter's Cocks have fallen. And we had James Madison handling business here, winning by 14 in Baltimore, Maryland today against Morgan State. I mean, James Madison has not lost a game. And it started by beating Michigan State this season. So James Madison, not only did they have a great season in football, they're going to be playing their football bowl game tomorrow. They have a, top 25 ranked basketball college as well. So looking good for James Madison this season. New Jersey Tech took out the Cougars here. Wright State beat the Fighting Muskies here. Wright State in Dayton, Ohio. Then we have South Florida beating Albany here. Down in Tampa here, 89-73 here. And then we had Miami, Ohio coming back and edging out by a point, beating Vermont 70-69 here. Then we had the Merrimack from Massachusetts here beating Bucknell. Bucknell, used to be a couple years ago. Bucknell was one of them playoff teams here, then one of those tournament teams. Now, get the likes of Merrimack, the Mermen or whatever, Warriors. I call them the Mermen, but it's probably not what their logo is. Then you have Chattanooga going down, losing in overtime to University of Milwaukee in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then you got George Mason going down to New Orleans and crushing them Greenways. Put an upset party on them here. 10-2 here, George Mason here. Yeah, I would say I would joke about that, but I'd probably get canceled off YouTube. But no, they came and handled business today and won. Stephen F. Austin beat the Tigers here in Nogales, Texas. Then we had Wagner out there in Staten Island with the Wu-Tang Clan. Then we had Brown. What can Brown do for you in Providence, Rhode Island today here? Beating the Siena team. I mean, battle of two really bad teams. I mean, Siena had a good first half. They won the first half, 38-23. But then they got beat in the second half, 48-29. So that's ugly basketball. Then we had Bowling Green here. Bowling Green basketball team here. They put up 51 on them. Well, they should be beating the teams likes of these teams here, 9-3. Then we had Texas pulling away and beating Texas A&M Corpus Christi down there in Austin today. And then UAB getting the big victory over Drake here. And it's important to say, because look at that. They tied 37-37 first half. They tied 35-35. And look at that. Barely here. Down there in Bartone Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. 7-5. Gonna be a good win on the resume for them to get an at-large bid here. Beating Drake, because Drake usually wins about 20 games a year, so. And we had Georgia winning 10. They're 10-3 now, beating North Florida 78-60, winning by 18 here. Then we had the Gators beating Grambling. I mean that's just face it. Grambling's, it's a good historical black college, great bands and all that, but as I say, for certain sports, you're going to get dominated when you play certain colleges. Townsend in Townsend, Maryland beats Nicholls State here 65-55. And we have Cal State Northridge here 9-3 on the season, beating Montana State here 82-70 here at home in Northridge, California here. And then you had Nevada down there in Diamond Head Classic here, taking care of business against TCU, a good ball club there here. But like I'm saying, Nevada is a team you are going to want to bet when it comes to March Madness and tournament time. I guarantee you, this team has a kid named Keenan Blackshear who has a bloodline of his family members that are playing, his sisters, and his mother and father went to Stetson. So that's how they met each other, and that's how, this family was blossomed and born. But he's definitely one of the leaders and one of the better players on the Nevada side. All right, Old Dominion here. That game just started here. Temple's leading right now. We certainly hope for prayers for Old Dominion's basketball coach who had a heart attack down there. So hopefully he's doing all right and getting rest and getting better. Hopefully they can win one for the Gipper. Here's a game I like here. Chicago State and Wisconsin here. Wisconsin is minus 23.5. It was 24 points here. I like Chicago State to cover here. Even though I think Wisconsin definitely outright beats Chicago State here. But I think Chicago State covers here. And then you had another team here. You got Alabama State versus Auburn here. I mean, do they cover the 31 points? Alabama State? I don't think so. Here's a game good out west here that most people wouldn't know about. Fresno State 6-5 taking on San Francisco at the War Memorial Gymnasium in San Francisco. Or like I like to call it, San Francisco. We got Houston Christian, formerly Houston Baptist, taking on Texas A&M here. I mean, do you like the plus 34 with the Husky Baptist Christians, whatever they want to rename themselves as? I don't like that especially against. And think of this sounds quite crazy. Marist is 7-2. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are 4-7. Now I know the women's side is playing a lot better. The men's side here is just, I don't know. You got a Marist team here. I mean, I think Notre Dame wins the game, and they have to win this game because if they lose to Marist, it's looking ugly in the season already. And they lost They've lost to some pretty ugly basketball squads this season, to say the least here. So, New Mexico State and Tulsa should be interesting. You got the Raging Cajun versus Rice. Very interesting game there. You got the Ohio Bobcats versus Austin Peay in Clarksville, Tennessee. We got Yale taking on number 2 Kansas in Lawrence tonight here. Then we got Southern Utah taking on Middle Tennessee State out there in Cedar City, Utah. We got Bellarmine taking on BYU, number 17 ranked BYU in Provo tonight at the Marriott Center here. We got Eastern Tennessee State taking on Utah State here. Quite interesting here. Out there in Logan here. We got a rivalry game here out there in St. Louis, Missouri tonight. We have number 13 ranked Illinois, the Fighting Illini, taking on the Missouri Tigers here. So, very, very, very interesting game. Side note, we have a player prop bet on our man Sean East the second here. And then we have Maryland taking on UCLA at Pauley Pavilion here. I mean, you want to do this tomorrow? It doesn't matter again if you want. We got Maryland taking on UCLA. UCLA lost to the likes of Cal State Northridge, so I very well cannot pick them here to win tonight, or go have their side in it. Georgia Tech and Hawaii. I like this one. Feel like this one's gonna be a good one. Gonna be a good one on the island. I feel like Hawaii's gonna play tough, but I think Georgia Tech edges them out here in a close one here. And we got Colorado State, number 16 ranked. Colorado State playing in Los Angeles tonight against Loyola Marymount. I like Colorado State hands down. I think it's going to be a late night game here. So, all right. So let's see. South Carolina won their game here. Clemson's damn near winning that game. So we got halftime here between Binghamton and St. Bonaventure here. And still 4-point lead here for the Bonnies here at home here. But I liked Binghamton here, so SMU definitely taking care of business at home. All right. High Point's leading by 3 now here. Like I said, High Point's a team I'm going to look to bet here, and a team that I'm going to look to see when it comes towards tournament time here. I definitely want to see them. Yeah, Georgetown 7-5 is another team that beat Notre Dame at home. They're losing right now by 17 here at Marquette. They're playing at the Milwaukee Bucks Stadium here. And up by 30 here. Baylor is up by 30 right now, 50-20 here. So we don't like the likes of that here, and then Florida Gulf Coast here. All right. What's the other games here we got going here? 39-14 here. All right, we got 31-39 here. So, that's Stetson here. Stetson's making this a game here. Like I said, another team that probably can get a cover here. Maybe doesn't outright win, but they can cover here. And like I said, this team over here is down by 14 here. All right, so let's get we'll get an update on the NBA right now here. Goes some NBA action here is underway for us here to talk about here. All right. Well, it's looking like the Raptors are still up here, 50-46 here. We got 5 minutes, a little under 5 minutes remaining here. Oh, and 76ers have just cut the lead down to 2, and that's why I was talking about the game of runs right now. It was 37-28. Now it's a 20-13 run here. As far as there we go for Joel Embiid. We need those points right there, Joel. We need those points, baby. We need those points tonight. And then we have the Nuggets taking on the Nets here. Look at that. Nuggets only up here 24-21 here with, 2 and some change left here in the first quarter here. Obviously coming out the gates here, we got Michael Porter Jr. And you got Pascal Siakam. And you got Tobias Harris leading. Then obviously we got the Heat and the Hawks here. Like I said, definitely, the Hawks don't play no defense. So we know the Hawks don't play no defense. So we're taking, if we're getting the Heat -1, I'm taking the Heat -1 tonight. Mavericks taking on the Rockets here. I mean, still got Timmy Jr. out there. And I don't know, maybe Kyrie, but. And the Warriors and the Wizards here. I would take the under 248 here. I don't know. I feel like, really the Warriors don't have too much defense either. Neither does the Wizards. So it does make more sense to take over here. But I'm going against that logic tonight. The Suns and the Kings here. I don't know. Like I said, I like this matchup very well here. I think both these teams. I think the Kings are getting -3.5 here. So I would take the over 245 here because definitely Kings and the Suns. Suns don't have too much of a defense either. But, I'm not going to say the Kings are locked down either. So that's what we got going there here. So that's what I'm saying. It's a very, very short slate. And look we got 53-48 now here with 3:41 to go here before the half here. Raptors are clinging to a 5-point lead here. And Nuggets over here. Oh, Nuggets called timeout here with 2:47 to go here. So let's get into the NBA here. The NFL here. Let's talk about NFL here. We got to talk about NFL. All right, somebody's making a bold prediction that Bryce Young is going to shred the Packers defense. If it happens, I'll be shocked. I will be shocked. Because what I've seen so far out of Bryce Young is he needs to really develop, and he needs to. Hopefully, the next coach that comes there is going to believe in him and develop him and give him a better shot. Because right now, what he's looking like is not a very good quarterback that got drafted #1. And I'm not comparing him to Jamarcus Russell because that is a very unfair evaluation. We've only seen basically not even a full season of him yet here. Let's see. Justin Jefferson trade rumors. Logical landing spot for quarterback here. Chargers waive starting D tackle. Sebastian Joseph Day. Cowboys brace for Dolphins track runners and cheat motion. Let's see. We got rain and wind for the Cowboys and Finns. Okay. Bill Coward. Steelers Pickens should face consequences. Should face consequences for not performing and giving everything. And that's the thing, I don't know what it just seems like the Steelers have these diva wide receivers, and wide receivers are the divas of the NFL. That's facts. And the Steelers had Antonio Brown. Okay. They also had Martavius Bryant. Um, they also had Chase Claypool. Okay. And now you have George Pickens, who basically came out and said that he just did not want to give his all. That he did not want to give his all and give his effort. He didn't want to block. He just wanted the damn ball. And it is very sad. It's a very sad situation because George Pickens could be very talented, but again, the head games, the mind games, of getting themselves, you know, not in a good spot, you know. All right. Apparently, Belichick confirms between the Patriots and the Chiefs, the balls were underinflated in Week 15, but who cares? Patriots still suck. They're going to Denver Mile High. And it's gonna be like a fucking snowmageddon over there. So Bill better be preparing for that instead of worrying about underinflated balls, and maybe his job as well. Cincinnati Bengals here and the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Just one game to just this first. This is the first game here, the afternoon game here. And let's talk about it here. Let's talk about it a little bit here. You got the Bengals are 8-6 now. They've jumped ahead of the Steelers here. But if Steelers can get a win here tonight, they're still, even though, it's not going to be Mitchell Trubisky this weekend. It's going to be Mason Rudolph. We have Mason Rudolph versus Jake Browning here. No Jamar Chase for the Bengals here. So, going to be a lot of T. Higgins. Probably see also Tyler Boyd. Maybe some of the young rookie Princeton wide receiver. And obviously, I would also like to see more Chase Brown if they could get him more involved in the passing attack. Tanner Hudson as well. So, this is a division game. It means something. So, both teams are going to have to come out and play. Regardless of if this person ain't playing, that person ain't playing, you got to go out there and still get a W here. And I'm a believer here. This game's gone down to plus 2.5. Obviously, the Bengals are minus 2.5 to win by a field goal here. I don't hate that. I do not hate those odds for the Bengals here. It's just them being on the road here. It's a spot where they can get got here, in my opinion. But the Steelers are gonna have to play good Pittsburgh Steelers ball. They're gonna have to run the ball efficiently with Najee and Jalen Warren, and the quarterback play is gonna have to get plays down the field. You ain't gotta have 40-yard bombs, but they gotta have at least 10 plus to 20 plus yard big. 2 or 3 of those big plays, help chunk plays to help them out a little bit and get help to keep the defense honest, because we know the Bengals, the Bengals will eat here, and their defense is not terrible either. So that's why I'm saying, it's good. It's one of those games where Steelers can win because they're at home and you can have the fan base and but I don't know if you could trust the Steelers. So that's why I would say if I'm really going to go down to it here, I wouldn't be scared to take the Bengals minus 2.5. We have 38 here. I think it could go over that here. It just depends on if both teams could put up the points like the Bengals did against the Vikings. So, all right. And last but not least here for the NFL schedule on Saturday here, we have the Buffalo Bills going into SoFi Stadium to take on The tanking Chargers here. Yes, I said it, the tanking Chargers. And thank God they fired their coach because he should have been fired at the end of last season's playoffs, in my opinion. Game's going to be on Peacock. It is now minus 12.5 here. And I don't want no part of the Chargers here. I mean, this weekend I have to fade Austin Eckler and some of my teams if I can. It's ugly. It's ugly situation, and if you're a Chargers fan, it is a terrible excuse of what the season was. And on the other side, the Bills are here. The Bills are coming into town. Whether they win by a point, they win by 3, or they blow them out here. The Buffalo Bills they're looking like a playoff team. They're looking like a playoff team, a team they're trying to get in the playoffs, and you don't want to face the Buffalo Bills here. If the Bills happen to get the last spot or the 6th spot, you ain't trying to play the Buffalo Bills right now. I'll guarantee you that. You're not trying to play the Buffalo Bills at this moment. So I definitely got Bills money line here. I don't know if I could trust that they win by 2 scores here, nor do I trust if the Chargers can cover the double digit. 44 points, I don't know. I mean, maybe it does go over. I don't know. It's one of those games where you just don't know. I mean, like I said, I think the Bills can win this game, but do the Chargers somehow weirdly? But I don't think they have Keenan Allen once again, and it's just I don't know. I'm just not a believer in the Chargers right now here. It's just one of those teams. I mean, and it disappoints me because you got Austin Eckler, who's a hell of a good running back, but I mean, it's kind of like Arthur Smith. I don't know what he's doing with Bijan Robinson. Just only gives him a certain amount of carries, and then you want to give them to Tyler Algier or Cordell Patterson, and it just I don't get it. I don't get it. There's no reasonable explanation, but there's a reason why teams aren't going to the playoffs or going to play themselves out of the playoffs, basically here. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with tomorrow as far as that's concerned here. All right, I'll show you our prize pick. What our parlay is here. What our parlay is for today here. We got Joel Embiid and Steph Curry to combine for 65 points here, or 65.5 here. Well, we know Joel Embiid isn't helping us out very much here. Duncan Robinson hasn't played yet. Trae Young hasn't played yet here. All right, so far we got 3 points here. So our man's got to get 15 more here. As the Stewart hasn't played yet, and neither has Sean East here. So far, Joel Embiid's playing, but we don't really know how many points he truly has. But that's the player prop that we have tonight here. And this is on prizepicks.com here. Like I said, a little bit better site here to play on here, in my opinion here, if you're going to do player props here. You got the little demons and the goblins over here, helps out your pay. And look at that, obviously 274 here, 224 for Mason Rudolph. I mean, that is legitly insane here. I mean, look at that. I mean, you think Mason Rudolph's getting 224? I mean, he had 3 yards. Jake Browning here, he had 324 against Vikings here. He had 374 against the Colts here. He had 354 against the Jaguars. Against the Steelers and Ravens, well, they have a little bit better. Yeah. that's what you're looking at there. See, that's then we have, look at that. We got college football second half here. Second half passing yards here. I mean, this guy right here. I don't even know. I mean, would not want to touch that here. You know what I mean? The game is probably way out of hand there. Let's see. What's the score of the college football here? Oh, well, it's actually close right now here. It's actually, oh, touchdown here. It's actually tied now here. It's actually tied now here. King, he got a rushing touchdown here, and that's I knew he was going to get one. And he got a passing touchdown to Rutherford here. Oh, Holler, oh, that's the guy, Holler here. Holler had to get over, yeah, he got one. Alright, so 17 ball game now here in Central Florida at the, what's the name of this bowl? I can't remember what the hell this bowl's name is. It's something here. Breast and fillers here. Gotta change the format. I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. Well, obviously I wasn't paying attention because this person's trying to tell me, you gotta talk about your life, or you're dating, or do sleep streams. Sleep streams brings hella views. Sleep streams bring tons of views. I mean, yeah, that could be true, dude, but the fact of the matter is, I don't want people to watch me sleep. And my life isn't that fucking entertaining, to be honest. I mean, I'm not dating because by choice, because I don't want to date. And most of the time I'll rant and rave and talk about how I feel about life. But, I get censored by a fucking platform that, encourages people to have sleep streams and to talk shit about themselves or talk shit about other people. And that's okay. I do talk about my life and other things along with sports and everything else, but nobody wants to have a conversation. That is the problem with me. No one wants to have a conversation, whether regardless if I put sports up here, I'm fucking playing with my tallywhacker. Like, I just don't get it. Like, people want to come in here and tell me how to do my life. Well, want me to tell you how to live your life, sir? You're telling somebody what to do on their channel and wasting your fucking breath and your time to tell me. And knowing that I'm not going to fucking change what I'm going to do. I don't fucking listen to chat. What do you think? Listen to chat's going to make my life better? Look at all those dumbasses like Ice Poseidon and all that other shit. Getting swatted by police and other dumb shit and all that. I ain't trying to turn into one of them motherfuckers. I get out here and try to talk sports, bring a little sports, bring some cool stuff. I do talk about life, crazy fall, the world, but no one cares. Everyone wants to talk bullshit, talk shade, throw people under the bus, all that other type of shit. That's what it sells. But does that make me happy as a person? No, fuck no. And is that who I am as a person? Fuck no, it's not. It's like these people want to come over here and tell me what the fuck to do on my shit. Yeah. Yeah, you're special, okay. Alright, breast and fillers here. You know, breast and fillers is probably some weird ass motherfucker that has no life and just wants to see me naked or wants to see me itch my balls when I'm sleeping or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fascination is when people want to watch somebody fucking sleep. That to me is fucking disturbing. And like I said, who cares about my love life? My love life has no relevancy to anybody on the goddamn streaming platform. And that, as far as my personal life too. Like, what the fuck do people need to know about my personal life? I mean, shit. It's not gonna make more viewers. The only thing that'll make more viewers for me is if I put some cool shit in the background. I make it look like I'm fucking in the fucking football games, or I'm in some other dumb shit, or I dress up like some fucked up stupid character that people love and adore, or I just talk shit about somebody and put other people's content up on my shit that way. But that's not the fuck I do with my shit. At the end of the fucking day, I talk my sports, regardless how boring and fucking stupid shit it is. I talk it. Now, I'm not changing my format for the last fucking time, because I don't remember some other asshat tried to tell me to go talk to some other asshat dude that's just a fucking goddamn a fucking loser in his life. I'm not saying I'm not a loser, but I'm not saying I'm a winner neither, but I'm not out here fucking shitting on people and going into their channels and telling them how to live their life and how to make their stream better, because a lot of people don't give a shit. So, well, that being said, we have a 17-17 ball game in this college bowl game here. I believe it's the Gifananis Bowl or whatever. I don't know. They have stupid names for these bowl games too. And the Kansas guy's doing pretty good. Yep. Apparently somebody said I could do better if I talk about my life and who I'm dating and sleep streams and shit like that. Yeah, I could get more people. Yeah, you get more weird people too. Right, exactly. Exactly. I don't even let motherfuckers know. Gosh. Well, on that note, it's just like my music when it's just, on that note, it's just, sports is really light tonight. I'll be back with sports tomorrow, like I always do, because I love sports. It's been a passion of mine. I can't help it that other people don't see that I have passion for this thing, or sports, or whatever. And, yeah, I mean, if you don't, I mean, I'm not asking people to come up on here and give me motherfucking suggestions. Now, if I asked you to give me fucking suggestions, I'd open up a goddamn suggestion box or a suggestion poll. Now I gotta be an asshole and talk shit about people like you that come on my stream and try to tell me how to live. Yeah. And it's just whatever. You get these people all the time. Oh, you don't do this. Oh, you'll never be famous. Oh, no. I'm not trying to do this to be famous. I'm doing this to do me and make sure that I can show people that I'm growing and making things bigger and better. Not fucking be some ass clown that I'm not. I don't give a fuck for how much money. I will not sell my soul to be like one of you motherfucking trolls under the fucking internet bridge, living somewhere in fucking internet space. So we'll be back with sports tomorrow.